Welcome to the podcast known as Blending the Family. I am your host, Tommy Maloney. Thank you for coming by. This is episode 166, and this is a extremely special episode. I am coming to you from my new home office downstairs. Originally, when we first, and when I say we, my wife Ann and I were doing the podcast together. And then she said to me, this is your thing. So I actually would record episodes downstairs, but I didn't record them I don't think I had the home office yet. But anyway, my wife and I have been sharing a office upstairs until finally we said, we need to make some changes. We have become, I would say, as close as possible you can to being an empty nesters. Our daughter Becca is off to college, even though she's within the area. But our son Connor, he's a senior in high school. I think I've mentioned this. He this past summer here in 2020, he ended up working 3 jobs. Didn't get to see a lot of him, and here we are. I am downstairs. I am in a somewhat furnished home office. I have a desk that I'm using that is standing up, and we are going to be getting some new. I'm going to get a new desk. I'm going to get a electronic standing desk, and my wife's going to get a new bookcase for her. I am. You don't know what this means to my wife and I. This has really saved our marriage, us separating the one home office. So thanks for tuning in. Episode 166. This is going to start a new trend, I hope, for the podcast Blending the Family. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for listening. If this is your first time, please subscribe. I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of fun. The guests have a lot of fun. But for right now, no guests. I mean, we will have guests. I will have guests. But not on today's episode. So today's episode is going to start a new, I don't know what to call it, a daily podcast episode, which you will also be able to watch on YouTube. So before I forget, please subscribe on YouTube, Blending the Family. Please subscribe on Instagram, Blending Family. Please subscribe on Twitter, also Blending Family. Let me look at my whiteboard. The website. And also go to the website, please, blendingthefamily.com, where you can see the coaching aspect of it all. So today's episode is going to come information from my first book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. And what I'm going to be doing on this very first episode is, in going forward, I'm going to record the episode video, and then also you can have it on audio. You're going to get a little bit more behind the scenes on the audio. I'm more comfortable on the audio. Plus, if you've ever seen me, I do have a face for podcasting. Okay, so again, coming from the first book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads, today's first tip, and I'm not going to give it to you now, you have to listen as we go on, is called Talk to Your Kids Every Day. And again, this is from my book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. You can pick that up on Amazon, or send me email at tommy@blendingthefamily.com. The website, blendingthefamily.com, is going through some changes as I am recording this. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. So there you go. That's really about it. That's all. I'm again super excited about having the new office space down here. I'm super excited about adding what I hope is more value and more content to help you as a blended family, to help you dads out there, because I'm in your corner. I am in your corner. I don't know if you heard that. Otis is sleeping, and he was dreaming. He's in here with me in the office, so super cool. Super cool. All right. I think that's about it. So, without any more me rambling, super excited to start sharing this, some new content with you, some new ideas. Again, I'm going to bring you, I hope, I hope, information that will really benefit you and your family. Once again, before I go, head to the website blendingfamily.com, on Instagram, Blending Family, on Twitter, Blending Family. Please, YouTube, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thanks for listening, and here we go. Episode 166, Tip 1 from my book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. Talk to your kids daily. Hi, welcome to Blending the Family. My name's Tommy Maloney. I am the host of the podcast Blending the Family, which you can find on, and for those of you who are watching this on video, you can see my chicken scratch behind me. You can find us at blendingthefamily.com or on the Instagram at Blending Family. Also on Twitter, Blending Family. YouTube, Blending the Family. And if you can read that, for those that are watching this, subscribe. Please subscribe to social media. All right, what's going on? Thanks for asking. Today I'm going to offer you a tip from my first book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads, which you can get on Amazon. And before I forget, another great book to find on Amazon is our kids' coloring book called 10 Tips on How to Survive Your Parents' Divorce, written by kids, for kids. This is Becca. This is Connor. They wrote this when Becca was 11, Connor was 10, and now Becca's a freshman in college. This guy is a senior in high school. Also on Amazon, okay? Pick it up or email me, Tommy at blendingthefamily.com, and we can make arrangements that way. How are you doing? You doing great? I know it's a crazy, mixed up world. That's why I want to come to you with some help, some parenting tips. I will even offer you maybe down the road what's a good wine to have on a first date after a divorce, and maybe some even we'll talk book recommendations too. All right. So as I stated, we're going to talk today a tip from my first book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. Today's tip is actually, we're going to go with tip number 1. We're going to go in chronological order. I hope you're okay with that. All right, tip number 1, for those that are playing the home version. Talk to your kids every day. It does not matter if it is just a phone call, long or short. Kids need to hear their dad's voice daily because it reassures the kids that they still have a connection with you. Let me talk to the parents that have teenagers. It's not always going to be that easy, okay? For example, our son Connor, he worked 3 jobs this past summer, and we did not get to see a lot of him. One of the things I thought about is how do I stay in his mind when we don't get to see a lot of each other. Sure, we can text, we can call, but again, he's busy. Our kids seem to be busier than ever. Sometimes you have to get a hold of their personal assistant just to say hi, okay? So one of the things I did this summer, and I really highly recommend this, and I need to be actually better at this and do more of this, is I wrote him a letter. Hold on. No, I did not use a pen. I will admit I have horrible handwriting. Again, for those who are watching this, you can see the really bad handwriting. You know that joke, with people that really have bad handwriting, they make a great doctor. I can't dissect without throwing up, so I would not have made a great doctor at all. I typed my letter to my son, Connor, okay? It was fun. I got to just share some thoughts, share some ideas, and just you're very vulnerable when you can just let your ideas and thoughts just flow. And I never called or texted him to say, hey, did you get the letter? I wanted that to come from him. Now, if you have, so for example, let's bring back the picture. So Becca here in college, how cool is it to send your kids a letter? And here's something you can do. not only can you mail them a letter, but put a little sticky note in there saying something like, good luck on an exam, thinking of you, I love you. And continuously doing it, chances are they'll hang on to those sticky notes for a long time. Let me give you a quick story. When I traveled for one of my dreaded day jobs, so for those of you who listen to the podcast, you hear me say, and I talk a lot about having a dreaded day job. Back in the day, I would land at LaGuardia Airport on a Sunday and go right to the gift shop and buy 5 postcards for the week. And I would write as clear as I could, just a little thought, and then mail out the postcard. Well, when I was mailing out those postcards back in those days, Connor was first learning how to read. So number one, I had to make sure that I wrote legibly. So eventually he could start figuring out what Daddy is writing. Number two, it was a bit of a Jedi mind trick because my thought process is if I'm sending him a postcard, hopefully that's going to elevate him as far as wanting to learn how to read. Okay. So I think it was a great tip, and I don't know where I got that idea from, but it's just another way, besides using text, besides calling, another way we can stay connected with our kids. Okay. So that's it. I just want to say that was my tip for today. Talk to your kids every day. Again, it's not always going to be easy. Some days it's like trying to, pull teeth. Okay. So again, from the book, 25 Tips for Divorced Dads. And for those that listen to the podcast, you know how I normally end the podcast, and I'm going to do it here as well. I heard this interview years ago with Terry Crews, the actor. Well, he's more than just an actor. He is an artist. He's a furniture designer. He was doing this interview, and he was talking about how he was in Hollywood and he wasn't getting the roles that he thought he should be getting. Others were getting those roles, and he just felt, what's wrong with me? And then he realized for those people that were getting those roles, there are other roles that were available to him. So he started saying, their success is my success. And I want to say the same thing to you. So if you're a parent and you're struggling, and I hope this brings value to you, your success right there will become my success. So thank you for tuning in. Once again, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Twitter, Blending Family, Instagram, Blending Family, and also, again, check out the website, blendingthefamily.com. Again, my name's Tommy Maloney, host of the podcast, Blending the Family. Thank you, and I hope, again, this brought you some great value. Take care.